Welcome to Meet the Investors. My name's Scott Lucy, and in this new series we're going to be travelling up and down the UK, meeting investors that have completed the programme, have purchased property and are making a great return on their investment.
Left at junction 11.
Today we're off to meet Robert Whyte in Weybridge in Surrey, who's invested in a fantastic apartment. And I'm really curious to find out exactly why he chose that apartment and what he's been able to achieve from it as a return on investment.
Hello, Scott.
Robert,
How are you?
very well.
Nice to meet you.
So here we are in Kingston, Surrey with Robert, and I'm really curious to know, or we're all curious to know, why you started off in Kingston, Surrey with your first property. Perhaps you'd be kind enough to tell us a little bit about that.
Well, I lived overseas in South Africa for 5 years. I came back in October 1987, got myself another job and needed a place to stay, and been looking at various places, but it just struck me that Surrey was a particularly nice place, and Kingston being right next to the park over there,
Right.
Richmond Park,
Exactly.
was really nice. So I found this place and put an offer in for it, and that was it. That got me running.
And can you give us some idea of figures? Are you prepared to share those with us?
Absolutely. Well, we're talking about buying it in 1987, so property was a lot cheaper then.
Yeah.
So I actually paid £63,000 for this place.
Okay.
It's a one-bedroom apartment, very small, but very nice and a great location, communal gardens and so on, as I say, right next to Richmond Park. But £63,000. 63,000 probably worth today around about 260,000.
That's a pretty good investment.
It's a good investment.
Yeah. And was it priced at the market value at that time at 63? Would that be normal, or did you get it a little cheaper than?
I think I got about £7,000
Okay.
so it wasn't a lot off it,
Right,
but it was
okay.
more or less close to the market.
And in terms of return on investment, obviously your equity is very good. And the ongoing rental income you've achieved since
Rental
then?
incomes have gone up over the years. It's always been tenanted, apart from the first few years when I lived here, but after that it's always been tenanted. Rental returns on investment have probably been typically around 40% per annum, maybe 50%. Right now it's 50%. So yeah, pretty high return on
Pretty
investment.
happy. And that motivated you to buy another property, I understand.
It did, yeah.
And that's about a 30-minute drive from here.
A 30-minute drive from here, which we...
So do you think we could trouble you to go and take you over there and look at that one as well?
Absolutely, yeah, let's do that.
Excellent, let's go.
How did... Okay, Scott. So this is my second property that I bought. And this one again is in Surrey. It's in Weybridge, which I live in Weybridge. So one of the reasons for buying this particular property was the fact that it was so close to where I live. So in terms of management, it was very simple for me to manage it. And the other thing was that it's just such a nice area, and it's a very prestigious area. So in terms of
what goes on around here? Why Weybridge?
It's just a very expensive area to live in.
Right. So property values are high.
Property values are very high. Appreciation is very high.
And you bought it when?
I bought this in 2005.
Okay.
And I bought it for 230,000, and it was selling at that time at 285. So I got it for 230,000.
Okay.
I happened to be walking by one evening, walking my dogs, saw this development getting built. Particularly like this particular house because it looks like a cottage.
Yeah.
It's set above, as you see earlier, it's set above 4 garages, one of which belongs to the actual apartment itself. So you have your own private garage. It's set behind electric gates. You have a very nice 25-foot square open garden out there, which I've paved, so it's very low maintenance. But I just particularly like the look and feel of it. When you walk in here, it's very much like a cottage type of feel. You've got the angles of the roof coming in, and so it was just a very nice feel to it. And in fact, having owned it from 2005 and rented it in all that time, people walk in here and they instantly are in love with the property because it's got a nice feel to it.
So from 2005 we're now 2014. What sort of equity growth have you seen over that period?
I bought it for 230. It was 285 at the time. Now this would be about 385, 395, round about there.
So even through the recession period, it's done very well.
Yeah. So it has had a good equity growth. And in terms of cash flow as a rental proposition, it makes round about £800 a month cash flow.
Okay, fantastic.
So it's good.
Excellent.
Yeah. And the other thing was I was able to get the developer to put down antique flooring throughout the entire apartment.
Right.
So this was 5,000 of flooring, which went down. So by the time this place was actually finished, it was just looked amazing.
And so you what I'm learning from you is you seem to like off on the new developments, brand new properties.
So this was the second off-plan development that I did.
Okay.
This one, when I saw it, was literally just being built. In fact, the stairs that we just came up weren't there, so there was no access into it. So I just took a look at the property and thought, I really liked the look and feel of it, I liked where it was, the location, and decided to buy it on spec that way. And it was, in fact, it was quite a few weeks before I actually saw the stairs up and could actually get inside it. And when I came inside it, I was just surprised at how small it seemed.
Yeah.
But then when it was all finished, it actually had a more of a feeling.
It's great.
It's nice space. Nice space, yeah. And of course, all the granite worktops were in place. Everything was Siemens appliances, dishwashers, fridge freezers, etc. So it's all top end, top spec development. Yeah.
Another good deal.
Good deal.
Now I believe we're off to
Maidenhead.
Maidenhead now, aren't we? So we're back in the car. We'll see you soon. So Robert, here we are at your beautiful property down here in Maidenhead.
Yeah.
Perhaps you could tell us a little bit about how you came to acquire this.
Okay, well it is really a nice property. I found the property after doing the training course with Matthew and went and looked at lots of different properties, but settled on this particular house. It was being sold by a developer, and it's a 4-bedroomed house with 3 bathrooms, a large living room, large kitchen area, large terraces. It's really a big house inside, and it was a show house for the developer at the time. And
so you bought it new?
Bought it brand new, and it was completely carpeted. Okay. All curtains, crystal chandeliers everywhere. It was just amazing. Right. And inside, it's just drop dead gorgeous.
Yes.
The developer was in for a National House Builders Award with the Daily Express. Okay. So what they were also doing then was landscaping all of the grounds around this house, together with shrubs, trees, etc. Particularly for the Daily Express National House Builders Award.
Quite a lot of value in that, I'd imagine.
£30,000 of landscaping went into it. They put a pond in with a fountain, just amazing. And in fact, funnily enough, the house actually won second prize in Daily Express. And
I guess you paid the top dollar price for it in that case.
Well, the house was on the market at 575 at the time, and I paid significantly below that market value at the time. Okay. And today this house would be somewhere in the region of 800 to 850,000.
In what period of time?
10 years. Exactly 10 years. Yeah.
And in terms of you rent it out as a family home, and it produces what kind of level of return for you?
I've always rented it out to corporate tenants and families and so on. Okay. And traditionally, it will rent, usually for about a 3-year period. I like long-term tenancies, but typically cash flow is around about 1,600 a month. Very good. After all costs. And that's purely down to the system and the training that I had with Matthew and his company. That's what taught me how to do this particular house. And
you're obviously very happy with the result.
I'm extremely pleased with the result. Well,
we're delighted to be able to follow you today and look at the properties you've acquired. And I really want to thank you very much for your time.
Thank you very much.
All the best. So Robert Whyte's story is actually quite amazing. From a senior manager in sales for a software company which went bust, to becoming unemployed, to building up a property portfolio of 7 homes across the UK. We've only had time to see 3, of course, but the value of that portfolio is now 2.5 million. So he's become a property millionaire from being unemployed. A great story, I think you'll agree.